In our daily life, we come across so many examples. For example, if we rub the plastic comb on dry hair, at that time, what happens? Because of friction, because of rubbing, there is production of static electricity, and these small pieces of paper, they get attracted towards it. And why does this happen? Because of static electricity. Also, what happens if blanket is rubbed with our hands in dark and then it is taken near the metal object? At that time, in that dark, you can see the spark. Why? Because of it, friction and static electricity. Also, if we pass near the polyester curtain, at that time, if we pass near it frequently, at that time it attracts the cloth. Why? Because of friction, there is production of that electricity. Then, what is electricity? Here, electric charge is an intrinsic property of tiny particles of substances. Remember, every object is made up of substance, and every substance is made up of tiny, very small particles, and these particles are made up of atoms. In that atoms, there are positive as well as negative charges. Now, these positive charges, they are stationary, they are at rest, but these negatively charged particles, they are moving, they are in motion always. And because of that, what happens when positive charge and negative charge on an object are balanced? At that time, the object is said to be neutral. Positive and negative, both are balanced at that time, the object is said to be neutral. Then, if positive and negative charges, they are not balanced, at that time, the object is said to be charged, because sometimes it gains electrons or negatively charged particles, or it loses it. At that time, it becomes either positively charged or negatively charged. Now, if one experiment is done with the help of silk cloth, if we rub the glass rod with silk cloth, at that time, what happens? There is a production of electric charge in it. And if we hang it freely in air with the help of thread, and again with the help of another second glass rod, if we rub that glass rod again on that silk cloth, at that time, there is production of charge in it, electric charge. And then, if we take it near that previously hanged, that glass rod, at that time what happens? It pushes it away. Why? There is repulsion, it repels it. Two rods carrying similar charges push each other away, and this is called repulsion. Why does this happen? Because of repulsion. As there are similar charges, and due to these similar charges, there is repulsion, they push each other away. But what happens in the next case? If we rub the woolen cloth or silk cloth with plastic, and plastic rod is taken near that glass rod, there is attraction. They get attracted towards each other. Two glass rods, they get repelled, and one glass rod and one plastic rod, if that plastic rod is also charged, at that time they attract each other. Two rods carrying opposite charges attract each other. This is called attraction. In this way, attraction and repulsion takes place in these two bodies. If we do an experiment with the help of different objects of different made up of different things. For example, plastic. With the help of plastic, we have just done the experiment that after rubbing there is production of charge. It gets charged and it attracts the small pieces of paper that we have seen just now. Also, if we rub this eraser on the woolen cloth or silk cloth, then see these small pieces of paper they are attracted towards it. Also, if this pen, plastic pen, if it is rubbed against this cloth, then it also attracts the small pieces of paper. Now, I will rub this wooden thing and this wooden spoon, it attracts few small pieces of paper. It attracts, but this attraction is low here. And if I take this scale of steel, if I rub it and then if I take it near these small pieces of paper, there is no attraction of small pieces of paper towards it. Why does this happen? Because some objects they get this attracted towards these small pieces of paper and some do not, because their contents are different. They are made up of different materials and they have different properties. That's why this happens. Now Benjamin Franklin, that scientist, named electric charges as positive charges and negative charges. Greek scientist Thales, he found that feathers are attracted towards the amber that is rubbed against woolen cloth. He took woolen cloth and rubbed the yellowish colored amber rod, and after rubbing he took it near the feathers, and at that time he found that they are attracted towards the amber rod, and this amber is called electron in Greek language. Elektron in Greek language, and that's why he named the moving particles as electron, these negatively particles as electron. And Thomas Browne, he named this property as electricity. This property of amber is named electricity by the scientist Thomas Browne.